So welcome to our fourth Yama. If you have not watched the rest of the series, you got to go to the beginning. You cannot just start at Brahmacharya, which is the Yama for today. And this is kind of a controversial one, I think, because it is seen as celibacy. But I do not think that's what it is, especially if you're a modern day person just trying to live with ethics. Not everybody is supposed to be a monk. That's not the path for everyone. It is the path for some people, and that's beautiful and great. But I don't think that you should have to be a monk to be on the yogic path, and I don't think that's how it was intended. So, Brahmacharya is, how it was explained to me in my yoga training, was it is a movement towards essential truth, a movement that forms a relationship and an understanding with the highest truth. This is because Brahma is the divine, and Charya is path. So, a path towards the divine, the ultimate truth, right? And why would this be connected to celibacy? I think because it's asking you to be whole in yourself, right? A path towards the divine is ultimately a path towards the divine in yourself. It's wholeness. It's finding the diamond, finding the essence of who you are, right? Being whole inside yourself, not needing anything outside of yourself. And I think that sex can be a huge part of that path if you're actually diving into the truth of what sex is. But I think that sex, especially today, can be a lot about just pleasure, and Alan Watts has a great talk about this. He's talking about something yogi-y, but it's not exactly this, but it's very close. And he says basically to avoid exploiting the passions, right? That it's beautiful to have a night of, lovemaking with someone you love where it's intimate. That can grow you and take you more into yourself and in each other in this experience. And, drinking also, drinking is not a bad thing. It can be a beautiful celebration with friends. But he says, it's not a good idea to drink when you're feeling bored and blue. And it's not a good idea to go out chasing girls because you've had a bad day and you want to feel better about yourself. And I think this is exactly what Brahmacharya is trying to teach us, that, pleasures get in the way of the divine. If you're having sex in a way that's just to do it, just to reach the orgasm and not experiencing the entire intimacy of it or doing it to feel better about yourself. We're kind of sold sex in so many ways. It's the easiest thing to sell to people. It's like the most basic instinct. So it's very easy to sell stuff with sex, whereas this is saying, if you're going to use sex, don't use it in a way that's pleasure. Use it in a way where you're going to be intimate with someone, a truly intimate thing. What is the divine essence of sex? Go for that, not the pleasure of it.
And it's not that there shouldn't be pleasure. You should feel great about there being pleasure. That's amazing. But what should actually be even more predominant and amazing about the experience is the intimacy. This is the ultimate intimacy. You can have someone in physical space where we have bodies in separation, This is the closest you get to merging on earth, and that is so intimate. They are so in your energy. You are so in their energy. I don't know how else to say it. This is not, I don't know, I feel like people can make sex almost like a laundry list, checked off, did that today, and it's compulsive. It's not actually experiencing it. It's, I need to feel good today, so I'm going to do this, The pleasure is way cheaper than the intimacy. The pleasure is not going to be nearly as fun as true intimacy, getting into the divine essence of what the sex is. So that's why I'm saying it's not about the pleasure. It's not that there is not pleasure. It's that there's something so much more that'll even be better to experience,
And I think that applies to a lot of things that people seek pleasure from instead of the divine essence, like eating, divine, nourishing the body, that's a beautiful thing. But if you're overeating to where you're sickening the body, now you're just partaking in pleasure, right? So, the middle path of yoga, right? As we're always talking about, Mercury's caduceus. This is the medicine path. So let's do some tapping, do some shamanic medicine stuff. Okay, so apparently you guys do not like my bells, but we're going to use the bells when we go into the meditation because it's shamanic and it's fun. Okay? And first, we're going to go through the tapping points really quick. You should know them at this point because you should have done the other videos, but just in case, 2 fingers, meaty part of the hand, top of head. You can also do this for the top of the head. Third eye, inner eyebrow, outer eyebrow, under eye, under nose, under lip, collarbone, rib, about a hand's width down, index finger, ring finger, pinky finger, back here. And then we end with weird stuff, and I'm going to cue it all, so close your eyes and just follow the cue. You're going to repeat what I say, except for when I say third eye, inner eyebrow. You don't need to say that, obviously. Okay, and make sure you're sitting on something so that you're elevated and your spine is aligned correctly. And here we go. Close your eyes. And start focusing on your breathing. Just focus on your breathing. Watch your breath go in and out. When you breathe in, feel the energy come up through the ground, into your spine, into your head, and when you breathe out, see it go back into the ground in a circular motion. Okay, we're going to tap now, so let's do it on the meaty part of the hand. I have sought happiness outside myself, but I unconditionally love and accept myself. Top of head. I have sought happiness outside myself, but I unconditionally love and accept myself. Third eye. I have sought happiness outside myself. Inner eyebrow. I have sought happiness outside myself. Outer eyebrow. I have sought happiness outside myself. Under eye. I have sought happiness outside myself. Under nose. I have sought happiness outside myself. Under lip. I have sought happiness outside myself. Collarbone. I have sought happiness outside myself. Rib. I have sought happiness outside myself. Pointer finger. I have sought happiness outside myself. Index finger. Ring finger. I have sought happiness outside myself. Pinky finger. I have sought happiness outside myself. Back to the meaty part of the hand. I have sought happiness outside myself, but I unconditionally love and accept myself. Stop tapping and check in. Do you feel the energy, the chi moving around the body? Maybe a little bit more energetically. Okay, second round. Start tapping on the meaty part of the hand. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. But I unconditionally love and accept myself. Top of head. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. But I unconditionally love and accept myself. Third eye. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Inner eyebrow. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Outer eyebrow. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Under eye. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Under nose. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Under lip. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Collarbone. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Rib. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Pointer finger. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Ring finger. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Pinky finger. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. Back to the meaty part of the hand. Pleasure is a beautiful shackle. But I unconditionally love and accept myself. Okay, stop the tapping and check back in. What's going on in your body? Do you feel some subtle sensations? Okay, let's do the third round. Meaty part of the hand. The truest happiness is found in wholeness. I unconditionally love and accept myself. Top of head. The truest happiness is found in wholeness. I unconditionally love and accept myself. Third eye. The truest happiness is in wholeness. Inner eyebrow. Happiness is in wholeness. Outer eyebrow. Happiness is in wholeness. Under eye. Happiness is in wholeness. Under nose. Happiness is in wholeness. Under lip. Happiness is in wholeness. Collarbone. Happiness is in wholeness. Rib. Happiness is in wholeness. Pointer finger. Happiness is in wholeness. Ring finger. Happiness is in wholeness. Pinky finger. Happiness is in wholeness. Back to the meaty part of the hand. The truest happiness is found in wholeness. I unconditionally love and accept myself. Okay, take a pause. Feel your whole body from your feet to your head. And from your head to your feet. Okay, final round. Meaty part of the hand. Brahmacharya. The path towards the divine. Top of head. Brahmacharya. The path towards the divine. Third eye. Brahmacharya. Inner eyebrow. Brahmacharya. Outer eyebrow. Brahmacharya. Under eye. Brahmacharya. Under nose. Brahmacharya. Under lip. Brahmacharya. Collarbone. Brahmacharya. Rib. Brahmacharya. Pointer finger. Brahmacharya. Ring finger. Brahmacharya. Pinky finger. Brahmacharya. Back to the meaty part of the hand. Brahmacharya. The path towards the divine. Okay, stop. Take a big breath in and out. Okay, we're going to do the gamma point. So remember, it's between the pinky and the ring finger, right here in this little triangle. Tap it 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Down to the left. Straight on. Down to the right. Straight on. Roll your eyes one way. Roll your eyes another way. We're going to Om. Om. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count back from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look all the way down till you can't look down anymore. All the way up till you can't look up anymore. Okay, now we're going to do our seated Shavasana. I think we should have a Shavasana with pretty much everything we do to kind of process what has happened to us and let it sink into the body. We move on too fast. Let what just happened sink in. Let the body coagulate it. Coagulate the lesson. Make it solid. Solidify. Feel Brahmacharya sinking in to every little part of your body and your mind. Deeply in. Thank you so much for doing Brahmacharya with me and all the Yamas. We've got our final Yama next week, and then we're going to move on to the Niyamas, and we'll have the first 2 steps in the Eightfold Path of Yoga covered. So yay! Thank you, and make sure to think about Brahmacharya this week. Where are you meeting the essence of something and enjoying it in that? And where are you slipping over that line into pleasure, to where it's not about that thing anymore, but it's about more of a compensation for maybe where you're not feeling whole, and go into that. I don't know. Okay, sorry. Oh, God. Bye-bye. Thank you.